We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
There must be some kind of way out of here. And we're level on the line. Nobody of it is worth.
Forms a ball in your eye. So grab a hanky.
Miles, I'm feeling very still.
And you don't even need a pillow. This is my sleep station, my sleep pod on the floor. But once you're inside, you just can't tell.
Responded. This is not even a conspiracy theory. The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat.
Station Houston, are you ready for the event?
We are ready for the event.
Your fingers, I'm sure everything will work great. All right, well, by now you should be asking yourself, why are we doing this? And the answer is that
if they all respond to stimulation of the senses, then maybe we can distract them. They can't have been able to handle the senses yet. If we can confuse them enough.
It seems reasonable.
All right. It may be our only chance. Look for any way to stimulate the senses.
Most curious.
What is it?
scientific discovery. Is Juno going? So the short answer is I don't know. The longer answer, but of course Jupiter's moving, and the Earth is moving, and the Sun is moving, and the galaxy is moving. So take your pick. For a while there we were looking at trying to compare because you got a decent case that Juno's the fastest thing ever built by people. So the entire output of the Juno spacecraft from beginning to end probably fits on my laptop, or pretty close to it anyway. We're sending it all the way from Jupiter, so you can't send it really fast. Having said all of that, you know, the most important thing we want to measure is probably the global water abundance on Jupiter, and that's one number, a few bytes. The plan at the end of the mission is to
How far is Jupiter, Juno, far to Jupiter?
Okay. So,
Oh, in miles, please.
all right, let's see. So, I don't, Earth and Jupiter both move, and I don't happen to know exactly where they are right at this moment, but roughly speaking, it's about 500 million miles to Jupiter. And I don't know exactly because the spacecraft is moving and I haven't looked it up lately.
I was wondering, so if there was life on Europa, could that have had any difficulties associated with the intense magnetosphere on Jupiter?
Right, so if there's life on Europa, would the radiation belts destroy it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe.
Squeeze? Oh, no, you did.
Water, life where, maybe it's not a person, but it's, or a mouse, but it's a creature that you would look at and would recognize as that's alive and it looks similar to the kind of life we know. On Jupiter, I'd say the chances of that are vanishingly small. And that's because the temperatures are crazy, right? It's cold at the upper atmosphere, but it gets hot pretty darn quick, and you get, there's nothing to stand on, so you fall in a little bit into Jupiter, and now you're at temperatures that are 1,000 degrees and pressures that are, thousands of times the pressure here on the Earth. Hard to picture life surviving in that. Water, there's water vapor, then maybe there's water droplets if you find yourself at just the right altitude. There should be clouds and stuff, but it's not like here where there's oceans and things like that. Storms, thousands of mile an hour winds, all of the stuff makes it hard for me to picture life, like a puppy living on Jupiter. People would puzzle over and ultimately conclude, yeah, that's alive. Sure, the comet hit Jupiter and nobody noticed, and we didn't really have a solid answer for that. There's more people looking now because that was such an interesting thing. If the Earth got hit by something asteroid-sized, say a billion years ago, there'd be a huge change in what you see here on the Earth. And if you tried to figure out what happened before it got hit, that would be difficult. Now, we don't think it got hit by an asteroid-sized object. Well, maybe a small one.
Engineers fit the International Space Station with 4 gyroscopes. As engineers on the ground adjust the tilt of these spinning wheels, they exert a force on the space station which makes it move.
Falling forever.
I think some people don't even ever experience it.
Have you got everything you need? Do you have your trusty floating guitar pick with you? Excellent. Mine is subject to gravity. Yeah, I know, yours matches your mission patch. Gleeks, are you guys ready to do this? Yeah! Chris, ready to go?
Yes, Ed, I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Let's do it.